Write and explain Biot-Savart law for the magnetic field produced by a current element. Give the direction of magnetic field. Biot-Savart law, magnetic field of position vector of point relative to element I dl vector, which is current carrying element at vector r position vector, is given by vector dv is equal to mu0 upon 4 pi dot I dl vector cross r vector divided by r cube. Again, Biot-Savart law, magnetic field of position vector of a point relative to element I dl vector, which is current carrying element at vector r position vector, is given by vector dv is equal to mu0 upon 4 pi into I dl vector cross r vector upon r cube. You can see in figure current element I dl produces a field vector db at a distance r. You can see in figure the sign indicate that the field is perpendicular to the plane of this page and directed into it. According to Biot-Savart law, the magnitude of the field is vector dB, first directly proportional to the current I through the conductor, therefore dB proportional to I. Second, directly proportional to the length magnitude dl vector of the current element, therefore dB proportional to dl. Third, directly proportional to sin theta, therefore dB proportional to sin theta. And fourth, inversely proportional to the square of the distance r of the point P from the current element, therefore dB proportional to 1 upon r square. Combining all these four factors, we get dB proportional to I dl sin theta upon r square. Therefore dB proportional to I dl r sin theta upon r cube. Therefore dB vector dB proportional to I dl vector cross r vector upon r cube. Therefore vector dB is equal to mu0 upon 4 pi I dl vector cross r vector upon r cube. Equation 1, where mu0 upon 4 pi is proportionally constant, where mu0 is permeability of free space or vacuum. Its value is mu0 is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla meter upon ampere. Therefore mu0 upon 4 pi is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla meter upon ampere or Newton into ampere raised to minus 2. Equation 1 is for magnetic field in vacuum. Magnitude of magnetic field from equation 1 is given by magnitude of vector dB is equal to mu0 upon 4 pi I dl r sin theta upon r cube, or mu0 upon 4 pi in magnitude I dl vector cross r vector upon r cube, where theta is the angle between I dl vector and r vector. Therefore magnitude of dB vector is equal to mu0 upon 4 pi I dl sin theta upon r square. Equation 2, the direction of vector dB is the direction of the perpendicular to plane of cross product of I dl vector and r vector, which is inside to plane of paper, which is indicated as cross near the point P. Give SI unit of magnetic field from Biot-Savart law. According to Biot-Savart law, dB is equal to mu0 upon 4 pi I dl sin theta upon r square. Therefore dB is equal to, in bracket, Tesla meter upon ampere, in next bracket ampere meter upon meter square is equal to Tesla. If we take I is equal to 1 ampere, dl is equal to 1 meter, and r is equal to 1 meter, and theta is equal to 90, then dB is equal to mu0 upon 4 pi is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 upon 4 pi is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla. Therefore 1 Tesla is equal to 10 to the power 7 dB. Thus 1 Tesla is 10 to the power 7 times the magnetic field produced by conducting wire of length 1 meter and carrying current of 1 ampere at a distance of 1 meter from it and perpendicular to it. Discuss special cases of Biot-Savart law. First, if theta is equal to 0 degree and sin 0 degree is equal to 0, so that dB is equal to 0, that is the magnetic field is 0 at a point on the axis of the current element. And second, if theta is equal to 90, sin theta is equal to 1, so that dB is equal to is maximum, that is the magnetic field due to a current element is maximum in a plane passing through the element and perpendicular to its axis. Discuss similarities and differences of Biot-Savart law with Coulomb's law. Similarities and differences of Biot-Savart law with Coulomb's law are as below. Similarities: first, both depends inversely on the square of the distance. Second, both are long range. Third, the principle of superposition applies to both fields. Third, the principle of superposition applies to both fields. Thus, static electric field E is equal to K capital Q upon R square. Therefore, E proportional to capital Q. Similarity for Biot-Savart law: B is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi I dl cross R unit vector upon R square. Therefore, B proportional to I dl. Differences: first, magnetic field is produced due to vector component I dl vector, whereas electric field is produced due to scalar component dq. Second, the electrostatic field is along the displacement vector joining the source and the field point, whereas the magnetic field is perpendicular to current element I dl vector and the plane containing the displacement vector R. Third, Biot-Savart law depends on angle sin theta. The point on I dl vector element B theta is equal to 0, so that sin 0 is equal to 0, and there is no magnetic field on axial point, whereas Coulomb law does not depends on angle theta. Give relation between vacuum permittivity, vacuum permeability and speed of light. As we know that 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 9 to 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square upon Coulomb square, and mu 0 upon 4 pi is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla meter upon ampere. Now mu 0 epsilon 0 is equal to, in bracket, mu 0 upon 4 pi bracket over next bracket 4 pi epsilon 0 upon 1 bracket over divided and multiplied by 4 pi is equal to 1 into 10 to the power minus 7 bracket over next bracket 1 upon 9 to 10 to the power 9 bracket over is equal to 1 upon 9 to 10 to the power 16 is equal to 1 upon, in bracket, 3 into 10 to the power 8 bracket over whole square. But 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second is the speed of light in vacuum. Therefore, mu 0 epsilon 0 is equal to 1 upon c square. Therefore, c is equal to 1 upon under root mu 0 epsilon 0.